Words. They don't just communicate thoughts. They reveal the hidden things in our hearts. They don't just communicate ideas. They create worlds. The mouth and the words we say are a creative force that is not only used all the time, but everywhere we go. Our words are the very essence of how the Creator made us. Join us as we discover the essence of man and the power of speech. Hey, welcome to day 18, the essence of man and power of speech, and this one's going to be a good one. We're going to get down to the nitty-gritty. So, have you ever been called to jury duty? You know, most people want to avoid jury duty. They hate going to court. Guess what? You're in court 24 hours a day in the spiritual realm. And why? Because of this right here. Let me prove it to you. So one's words, listen to me, one's words here on earth are the tools of which the accuser, or the accusations, I should say, is launched in the heavenly court. So every time you say something evil about somebody, it's launched in a heavenly court, because the accuser of the brethren comes and takes that word that you spoke in evil and says, see, they're not perfect. So-and-so said they were this, and then so-and-so is in your image and likeness, carries your essence, able to speak life and death, and so this person in the power of their tongue is saying evil about this person. So Lord, what are you going to do about this? They're violating your word. They're violating your law. So words have a profound place in heaven. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to throw maybe a little different spin on Matthew 7. Listen to this. Verse 1 through 3. It says, judge not, lest ye be judged, for with what judgment you judge, ye shall be judged, and with what measure ye mete, it shall be measured to you again. Now think about this. When you speak evil against somebody, you are judging somebody. And that is going into the heavenly courts, your judgment to that person. And so the accuser of the brethren is basically pleading the case that you're saying of this person and how bad they are. But here's the problem. The measure that you're judging that person with your mouth, it's going to be measured right back to you with the same measure that you met it. Listen, I'll prove it to you. And why, verse 3, and why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but consider not the beam that is in thine own? Listen, or how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the mote out of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thy own eye? Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam in thy own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye. So notice this concept of judging, judge not lest you be judged, is not necessarily about pointing out the sin as much as it is about speaking the sin. That's the difference. Matter of fact, Matthew 12, verse 37, for by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words shalt thou be condemned. Because for the same measure that you have judged, it shall be measured back to you by your own words. Because your words went into the heavenly court, And Lucifer and all his little buddies, the accuser of the brethren, used those words to judge that person. Now watch this. In Revelation chapter 12, notice what it says. Let's know what it says. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our God, and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of the brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. So this is not just court hours between 10 and 5. Day and night. Now, thank God we know the end of the story. He's cast down, and we don't have to worry about it anymore. But right now, till that happens, the accuser of the brethren is taking the words that you spoke and using them as a tool against somebody, and it's going on day and night. Kind of like, you know. Can you imagine somebody speaking evil about you, and the accuser of the brethren is before God saying, day and night, day and night, day and night. But listen to this. Which accused them before God day and night, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony. So guess what? The word of their testimony out of their mouth caused them to be free from that judgment. And they loved not their lives unto death. So notice the same words by others that condemn us in the courtroom of heaven. It also takes words, the blood of the Lamb, the word of our testimony. Remember I told you Romans 10, 9, and 10? Those are the same concept that causes us not to be accused by the brethren, or to be free from his accusation, I should say. But what I want you to see is there is a courtroom battle going on 24/7, and with the same measure you're judging people with your mouth, it's going to be measured back to you by the same accuser of the brethren when other people speak against you. By your words you're justified, and by your own words you are condemned. So Lashon Hara has the drastic effect of turning oneself into Satan's corroborating witness. I mean, Lucifer is over here trying to prosecute us, and you're a star witness because of your words. But don't think he's going to be your pal when your time comes up, when somebody accuses you and lets you off the hook. No, he's going to enjoy prosecuting you just as much with somebody else's words and witness. Thus, for the same measure you meet, it is measured back to you when your time comes. The speaker of Lashon Hara feeds Satan what he needs to begin prosecution. Listen to this. The justice system declares what the speaker of Lashon Hara has caused for another will come back to him in equal measure. I'll say it again. The justice system declares what the speaker of Lashon Hara has caused for another will come back to him in equal measure. And by the way, if you're listening to it, that makes you an accessory to the crime. Guilty by association. So, you are in court 24/7. And what's being used is your words. Just think, when you say, I forgive you, the accuser of the brethren can't use that against that person. I didn't see that happening. I didn't see that happening at all. And the accuser of the brethren say, wait a minute, you were there. I don't see nothing. I'm like Schultz. I know nothing. I see nothing. And see, because you forgive with your words and your heart, then when you're sitting in the judgment seat and the accuser of the brethren wants to come and judge you, the same measure you meet, it's measured back to you. And the person that's supposed to be the corroborating witness, they're able to forgive you, you forgive them, you aren't judged. See? And if you don't want to listen to it, then you're not guilty by association either. You're not an accessory to the crime. You're in court 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with your words. The moment you're able to speak, you are either a witness or an accessory. You either have the power to release somebody of their judgment or put a sentence on their judgment. When I say put a sentence, you have the power to even cause them to be accused in the first place. But it will, the same will be measured back to you, and by your own words you are justified, and by your own words you are condemned. Either way, you're always tied up in court. You can't get out. And when you think you're not in court, you're always in court. The bottom line is, don't give the accuser of the brethren any kind of tools to use in the court of heaven that would sentence somebody. Words of love, mercy, forgiveness, words of kindness, words of edification. Don't speak evil. And if you're going to confront somebody, confront them with the truth in love. Want mercy for them, want repentance for them, want help, want them to see the good and find mercy. Remember, evil speech is spoken in pride. But when we don't speak evil, it's through humility. It's because humility has gotten a hold of us. We walk in humility. You're in court all the time. But don't give the enemy an opportunity to use your words against anybody, and even yourself. Don't be an accessory to the crime either. That way, you always find mercy and grace in the time of need. That way you always find forgiveness and mercy and grace in the time of need. You forgive, they'll forgive you. All right? Hey, see you next time. The Essence of Man and the Power of Speech. Have a good day.